Pretty, pretty. Come along. Getting a little far out there. Hey, garden gals and guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, gardening in Zone 5B/6A in the Chicago suburbs. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been following my journey, happy to have you here. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't yet to follow along with all things garden. So today, what we are doing is sowing my last tray of seeds. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. If I do anything else, it'll be some Zenias and soil blocks, but I'm pretty much calling it because Mama's getting bigger, 31 weeks tomorrow with twins, and a little more uncomfortable. Still feeling pretty good overall, but it's time to get things outside, my friends. So I did not film this because I just wanted to get stuff done, but I got 2.5 trays of some of my seedlings planted outside yesterday. Some tomatoes are in. Iceland poppies are in, along with the stock. A couple snapdragons at the end. And look at that beautiful Iceland poppy that came back from last year. We've almost got a bloom. And even some strawflower down here. And the other day, which you should have already seen this video, I did some for my parents I started in soil blocks, and those are going really well. I'll put some footage on the screen of those. They've germinated very quickly. And this is now 8 days out from when I sowed these, and they're looking fabulous. I need to come in and thin. And so now that it's past our last frost date, which mine was April 25th, and the weather looks good, I double checked it. Today is April 28th. I am pretty much going to direct sow everything else besides what I do today. So that's things like zinnias, cosmos, but for insurance purposes, this is going to be my tray that I make sure I get some things I really want to grow. And then really within a week or so, shortly after they come up, I'll move them out to the garden. I'm really trying and really pushing to get everything planted within the next 2 weeks, which will put me at 33 weeks, and really the babies could come anytime after that, or even before, really. So I want them to cook a little longer. That would be nice. They're looking great, but regardless, I gotta get those plants out there, because once I get them out there, I've got drip irrigation hooked up to a Hunter BTT system. Here's a look at my drip line. I've got these in all of my raised beds. The water was turned on this week, and it is run by a Hunter BTT system. I can either press this button to manually turn it on, or it's Bluetooth and I can run it from my phone. And they'll be okay on their own, as long as I make sure they're watered and turn on the system when it needs it. If we don't have any rain, they'll grow for me. The only thing I haven't checked yet is dahlias, and I need to check the dahlias and start to get them going in little plastic cans. But I haven't picked all my tulips yet, and that's where my dahlias are going to go. So that's the plan of attack. Dahlia beds have exploded. Let's do this together. We'll get there. And let's dive right into today. So the things I haven't started yet that I really want to make sure I have some of are the following. Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus. This is Mahogany Red Splendor Hibiscus. Such a great filler plant, and you don't need a lot of these to get a lot of leaves and foliage off of. I love using this as foliage, especially in fall bouquets. So beautiful. Emerald Tassels Amaranth. This will be the first time I'm growing emerald tassels. I've grown a couple other varieties, but I really like the draping effect that amaranth can give some bouquets. And for your reference, I should have started these quite a while ago. Textbook, Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus should be started 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost, while Emerald Tassels Amaranth should be started 4 to 6 weeks. But, you know, with everything, it just didn't happen for me. If you've got the information, know how to start them correctly at the appropriate time. Then, my friends, we get into some exciting stuff. I have some Floret Originals I'm gonna start. I have a couple more than this, but the other ones I'm gonna direct sow. These are the ones I really want to see come to fruition. So I am trying to give them a bit of a head start, and they are Autumn Blaze Celosia. Look how beautiful that photography is. And that's what it'll look like right on the front. Unicorn Mix Zenia. I've heard such good things about this. This is the one I'm most excited for. Zenia Precious Metals. And Zenia Dawn Creek Blush. This is one that she partnered with, I believe her name is Corey from Dawn Creek. Looking forward to seeing these beauties. Usually you're starting zinnias 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. So as far as quantity, I'm gonna do 4 of the Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus, 4 of the Emerald Tassles, and then the remaining ones, 4 of the Autumn Blaze Celosia, because I think this is the only celosia I'm gonna get to start this year. But it looks so big and beautiful. Vibrant red, shades of red colors. Oh, I'm here for it. 4 of the Unicorn Mix, and then 2 and 2 of Precious Metals and Dawn Creek Blush, because I just have a cell tray of 24. But that'll still give me a head start on some. And then I'm really crossing my feet and hoping the direct sowing will do well with the others, which I'll just share with you what they are. Alpine Glow Zinnias, Dawn Creek Peach, and Golden Hour Zinnias. So these I'm going to direct sow right into the bed, which I've not done before. I've always started them inside a little bit. But everything I hear, it's incredibly easy. So if a lot of people can do it, I can do it too. And so can you. However, I want to make sure I have these. So let's go ahead and get going. I filled up my cell tray with some moist potting mix. The one that I'm using is Vermont Compost Company. And then of course I labeled everything with a garden marker and some painter's tape, and pretty much out of labels. I need to go get more. But I always write what the name of it is, sometimes the company it comes from, and the date that I sowed it. So starting with Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus, I'm gonna come in, and these seeds like to be covered. So I'm just gonna do 2 in each cell to make sure that I have 1 germinate. And I'll poke it down a little bit and cover right up. You do need to hydrate your Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus. Quick dip usually works well for me, but it's not much work and they're so worth it. The only thing is they're droopers, so if you just put them in water right away or in a bouquet right away, they're going to wilt. But that's why quick dip is fantastic, because it is literally a quick dip and your weepers don't weep. Loving how fast this is gonna be. Those are in and all covered, and I started at the wrong end. This says Dawn Creek Blush. Well, let's do a switcheroo there. So while I'm switching all these labels, everyone who's new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. Let me know if you're a flower farmer or if you're a home gardener like me, what your interests are. I love hearing how people got to the channel or what they're enjoying. It's been really fun to grow this community here. Now, Emerald Tassels Amaranth just barely covered in the seeds. So, oh, we've got a little packet inside of a packet. I'm not gonna press them down much. They're very tiny seeds. I don't know if you can even see them in my hand, but very tiny, which is kind of ironic because they get huge. Same thing, I'm doing 2 in each cell. Maybe a little more if I'm heavy-handed. Definitely heavy-handed, yep. And then I'm just gonna press just lightly because I'm going to put vermiculite on top so it'll cover them a little bit, just to make sure they're secure into my soil here. Now we get into Autumn Blaze Celosia. For your information, the description on this one is rich fall tones, including coral, copper, bronze, cherry, rose gold, rhubarb, and amber. Love it. And we're planting these 1/8 of an inch deep. She also says to barely cover with soil. Celosia is one of those that needs to be planted out into your garden after all danger of frost has passed. They're very cold sensitive. I wasn't sure what her quantity size would be, but there's a decent amount of seeds in there, so that's good. Anyone who knows and bought these knows these were not cheap seeds, but I understand the work that went into breeding these and the years and the trials, so I'm okay to pay a premium for them. But If you have not looked and you're checking them out for next year, just be prepared that they're a bit more expensive. Now on to zinnias. I'm gonna start with unicorn mix, and these are also very cold sensitive, so you'll plant these out after all danger of frost has passed. And if you're sowing them inside or direct sowing outside, you'll plant them 1/4 of an inch deep. And same for these, I'm gonna do 2 in each sow. This is what a zinnia seed looks like if you haven't seen it before. And there's also a decent amount in here too, so that's good. Her sweet peas that I ordered for the last time, because she's not doing them anymore, there were only maybe like 12 to 15. All these seeds are from Floret, and there's about 11 seeds in each variety. So not as many, but these I'm seeing a lot more quantity, which is nice. So in the unicorn mix, her description of this one is enchanting range of colors, including raspberry, tangerine, magenta, lemon, apricot, dusty lilac, and blush, all with striking lavender centers. So there's another up close of that. I didn't catch the lavender center part. That'll be very pretty. Precious metals is next. On these it says, this mix includes shades of lemon, icy lavender, pale pink, soft peach, and palomino. As flowers age, the lower petals often fade to a turquoise dusted with lavender, giving blooms an icy metallic quality. Precious metals. Okay, I'm getting where the name's coming from. I'll be honest, I didn't even know palomino was a color. And lastly, we have the Dawn Creek blush, and this one is saying this includes shades of soft pink, palest lavender, and blush, the occasional ivory, and soft peach. Many of the blooms have noticeable cactus-like form. So that's a little bit of a different zinnia form, a little more spiky or pokey, if you will. Excellent, just like that, done with the planting part. So now just a couple more steps until these go under the grow lights. I am going to water these in with my watering can. I guess this isn't necessarily a watering can, more like a water sprayer. If it had enough water in it, it would spray. There we go. Just to make sure those seeds are settled in and add a little moisture. And then I'm gonna put vermiculite very lightly on top. This helps with moisture control, especially lightly on the Mahogany, Splendor, Hibiscus, Celosia, and the Amaranth. Then when I come into water, these trays are bottom watering trays, so I'll simply lift up the cell part and then put water in underneath, put this back in, and it soaks up water from the bottom. I believe this is the Seed Starting Success Kit from Gardener Supply. I know it's from Gardener Supply. I think that's the name. I'll put it on the screen. This table is chaos because it's like trying to get everything done, finish all my seed starting, etc. So just appreciate the authenticity because this is what it looks like day to day for right now, for the past couple weeks. So let me just candidly show you what the height of the season looks like for me here, trying to rush and get everything done before I give birth. Anybody else? Anybody else? And then I'll just take a humidity dome. This comes with that Seed Starter Success Kit. And we come over to put this on a heating mat under the grow light where they will stay for 16 hours a day. All of these prefer some sort of heat underneath them, so I'm gonna make sure that I use the heat mat to speed up germination. So my heat mat is on, and I am just going to set this right on top. And we should have germination definitely within 7 days. I'll show you real quick the soil blocks that I did for my parents because her zinnias have bloomed within 2 to 3 days. Not bloomed, but germinated. Look at all that green. I'm so impressed. Love it, love it, love it. She's gonna be thrilled. Hey, Mom! Okay, everybody, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for coming along and starting my last tray of the season for seed starting with me. Please let me know if you're still starting anything or if you're done, what's out in your garden because it's go time. I'm sure you're very busy moving things out and I hope all your seedlings are thriving out in your garden. comment below, let me know. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll see you in the next one. Happy planting, everybody. Bye. My heart rate gets up so fast now. Breathe, breathe. Bye.